And I'm Zanzi. Welcome to it as we have yet another episode of Game On with no changes in as far as the leading sides in Germany, England, as well as here in South Africa. I am Susan Mapena, joined by Jerry Kosana a bit later to discuss the South African game and to discuss what's happening firstly in England. At room have Shane McGregor sitting alongside me. And Shane, we are almost at the end of the road in as far as just the league race is concerned. Liverpool so close to the finish line. You can almost taste it, I'm sure, as a fan.
Yeah, good to be here. Yeah, definitely can taste it, you know. When you need 1 point in 5 games, it says a lot. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it'll be done this weekend at Anfield.
That's the big thing. At home, in Anfield, chance to win it. What does it tell you about the team spirit when you read about the side, watching the game, I think the Arsenal game, a couple of games back, as a team, to know what they needed in the next match? The fact that they got together as a team to watch that game, what does it tell you?
Well, you know, it's just, I would have done it as well, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a part of the whole thing, the way they are. You talk about team togetherness. If you saw what happened in their last game when they won 1-0 and Trent Alexander-Arnold scored the goal, if you see Van Dijk, the captain, and this is the true meaning of a captain, he pushed him forward towards the fans to take the accolades because he knows, you know, he's been taking flack. So that just shows you where Liverpool are.
We've discussed Salah, Van Dijk, another that's confirmed his long-term future or maybe immediate future going forward to Liverpool. Your thoughts on those signings, especially this late with Liverpool almost over the line? How much is just helping push them over the line? And as far as just unity with your leaders there? Well,
you know, it's unity for next season, basically, and also just to keep things going. You know, you want to be finding players that can come in and fill their roles. So, yeah, it's good for Liverpool. Obviously, still quiet on the Trent pattern, but I think he's going to be going.
All right, let's talk top four. Big talking point is the top four race, of course. Manchester City are back in the reckoning. They had the 2-0 win away at Everton, who have come up with some impressive results of late in recent times.
Very good win for them.
Yeah.
I watched the game, in actual fact. They were worth the win. You know, Everton have been playing well this season, but City were just too good. You know, they've come right at the right time. And if you look at them, they've adjusted to having lost a lot of players, and it's made a big difference now. And you can see, I mean, De Bruyne played as a striker, but a false 9. So, yeah, good result for them.
And a rather very impressive result is Aston Villa beating Newcastle 4-1 at home. But this is that Newcastle has been on that incredible run in recent times. And for Aston Villa, this was quite a message, but still they find themselves 7th on the log standings. Things are that tough.
Things are that tough and that close at the top there.
Yeah.
But, I didn't see a 4-1 victory there for Aston Villa, I must be honest. I thought it would be a lot closer. I don't know what happened to Newcastle. Newcastle are like that. They seem to blow hot and cold at times. We'll see what happens now if they can bounce back. But it was a good win for Villa. Give them a small chance to end up in that top 4-5 position.
Chelsea with a 2-1 win over Fulham, away at Craven Cottage.
Away at Craven Cottage,
yeah.
It's a very good result. And also they seem to be formed at the right time, getting the results. But you know, Chelsea.
Last week you discussed Arsenal having to balance and the focus mostly being on the Champions League. There's a 4-0 win over Ipswich over the weekend, 2-2 against Palace recently.
Yeah, they played Palace on Wednesday night and drew 2-2. I actually watched this game during the week. And, you know, when you look at the two sides, you could see that they had other things in mind. I mean, obviously Arsenal got Champions League. Palace have got a big FA Cup game on the weekend. And you could see the teams they put out, the way they played, the tackles weren't flying in as much as they normally would be. It was a very much, let's get this game over with and plan for the weekend and for next week type thing.
Nottingham Forest had the beating of Tottenham Hotspur with a 2-1 scoreline, of course, staying in the top 4 race. Forest with that impressive result away at Tottenham.
Yeah, well, everyone's beating Tottenham. You know, I'm surprised the manager's still there, to be very honest. Yeah, I know they've had a lot of injury worries. I know they've had this, that. But for me, they've just been underachieving the whole season. Whether he's going to be there next year, I'm not too sure. But they've been very disappointing.
Well, we speak of Tottenham because they've got the big game this weekend. Tomorrow, they, of course, are away to Liverpool, and Liverpool will be looking to get it all done and dusted. Huge game, that's the biggest game of the weekend, of course.
Yeah, obviously 1 point is needed by Liverpool, you know, and at Anfield. They want to do it for the fans. There will be a party afterwards if they do. I just feel that Liverpool will be too good, and they've got too much to play for. And they are a professional team. I'm not saying that Tottenham aren't, but Liverpool know what they have to do, and they'll go out and do it. There will be a few nerves. But you know what, that'll quickly be sorted out once the game starts. I think they'll get the job done, and a big celebration to start.
So much I want to speak to you about Liverpool, but let's wait for those celebrations and we'll speak about that on the other side of this. Chelsea-Everton quickly, the top 4 race.
Sure, it's a difficult one, you know.
Yeah.
Chelsea been hot and cold. I think a draw's on the cards in this one.
Newcastle-Ipswich?
Newcastle won. Ipswich are gone. Yeah, they've got nothing to play for, but at the end of the day, I think Newcastle have got more to play for than Ipswich, so yeah.
Well, for my brothers in arms, just to find out your thoughts, Bournemouth at home to Manchester United.
Easy game for Bournemouth. Come up against a team that are why are you laughing? I mean,
well, easy game, easy game. I mean, this one in Europe the other day.
I know that everyone says to me, the unbeaten team in Europe as Manchester United.
Sure.
For goodness sake, at home.
At home.
You know, they haven't, Bournemouth at home, but I mean, I do think Bournemouth will beat them. I really do. I just don't see this Man United team getting a result.
Have to agree with you there. Let's talk about Wolves and Leicester City in a game of huge interest, of course, with Leicester being in the position they are 19th with just 18 points for now.
Yeah, you know, Wolves, how good have they been? I mean, I think they've won their last 5 in a row. They've turned it around completely. They were too good a side to be in that relegation battle.
Yeah, they were.
They really were. And I mean, it just shows you 1 or 2 players come back from injury and what difference it makes. They're going to build, and they're going to use this as a building stone for next season. And you'll see a different Wolves next season. They're going to be bringing a few players in. I can't see them not winning this one, and winning quite well, I think.
So we'll be interested in what's happening at the bottom. And of course, we'll all be wondering if this is the weekend, if by tomorrow we'll be helping Liverpool celebrate what will be another, awe-inspiring, I think it's safe to say, championship win with so few gave them a chance at the start of this current campaign. So we take a short break, come back. On the other side of this, we discuss the local game. Jerry Scosano will step up.